If you followed us on Instagram, you've already seen some details of a 1,000 horsepower 69 Camaro. When you think premium classic car, you're thinking modern amenities, you're thinking drivability, thinking lots of power, but in a vintage body. And that's exactly what you're about to see today. It's a 1969 Camaro, mini tub, big tires, aftermarket chassis, big supercharged motor, 6-speed manual, all the modern amenities. Like this is better than a brand new Camaro. It can't be beat. For any badass Camaro, you end up with a set of forged line wheels, Nitto tires, 6-piston, Baer Brakes, 14-inch, front and rear. This thing's powered by a strange 9-inch that's getting all of its power through a 6-speed Tremec Magnum F-Series transmission. And this is a 427 dart block, dart heads, Whipple Supercharger, all custom built by Don Hardy Race Cars. Now you put all those things together with the assembly with our team at ProtouringTexas, wiring that's high and tight, vintage air that always blows cold, and you get just a badass car. This thing is docile. You could let anyone drive it. But if you put your foot to the floor, it'll surprise you. That much power that drives this smooth is hard to accomplish. We wanted a premium Camaro, but we wanted a nostalgic Camaro. So went into this knowing we wanted some vintage touches. So we've got valve covers with the Chevrolet script. It's in the old corporate GM blue. Something you wouldn't expect, hiding underneath this car. It's all detailed. It's all ARP hardware. It's all stainless. It's brushed. Everywhere you look has got the detail. The coolest thing about 1,000 horsepower drivetrain like this, that's this pretty, is that you don't see hoses. You don't see wires. There's not just stuff everywhere. If you take the time to thoughtfully install these parts and fit everything, it comes out like an art piece. The PCV system on this thing, just like some other cars we've done, it's got to be pretty large. It's a big cubic inch motor, the supercharger, all that stuff is hidden. It goes behind and below the motor. It all comes up to a tank that'll release all that pressure, but it won't make a mess. It's not going to leave oil everywhere. It's not going to make the under the hood gnarly like some of these race cars you see. The supercharger has its own cooling system. Same situation. It's either hidden behind or below the motor, goes inside the fenders, the heat exchangers up front. But when you look at this car from the outside, it's just a 69 Camaro. You would never know that you're cruising this thing with modern amenities, heat, cup holders, phone chargers, literally everything but the CV. It's one of my favorites. I'm usually a Chevelle guy, but I have to say, this is probably one of the favorite cars that we've done recently. Come with me on an adventure through this interior. Look at it. Looks pretty stock, minus the 6-speed poking out of the floor. We wanted to keep this traditional with just a little bit of a modern touch. It's been mini tubbed, so the back seat's been shortened a little bit. Recovered everything, did a nice little package tray. It's got some real high-end audio, so this thing will sound great going down the road with the radio going. Replaced the dash, kind of went through with a little bezel for the shifter. It's got the Dakota Digital RTX series classic gauges, so when you jump in it, it looks like it might be stock, but you're not sure. Then you bump the key, all the lights turn on, and you realize, like, okay, there's something special about this car. Along with just a clean interior, when you come to the back of the car, you look at the trunk, it looks totally factory. It doesn't look like much has been done. We take a lot of time and a lot of pride in doing the mini tubs and the metal fabrication, rust repair, whatever it takes to make a car nice. And we want all the modern amenities, the nice wide tires, all the good stuff, but you want it to look like you never did anything in the first place. So when you look inside, it looks totally stock, but you can cruise down the road with all that big tire goodness. What a pretty day. Taking this Camaro for a cruise, beautiful day, was a thing to listen for. There's barely no rattles. The only thing that's rattling is a key. A lot of that has to do with the foundation. This is a premium classic car. This has a Roadstershop SPEC chassis underneath it. Just fantastic. The way these things are designed and engineered to like soak up the bumps, they're just confidence inspiring. In my opinion, it's definitely becoming the way to go, 100%. Unless you're adamant about something being numbers matching. One of the best ways to end up with a fantastic driving car, start foundation first, do a chassis, Baer Brakes, all the good wiring, a nice stainless fuel tank, supercharger in this instance, so it's got 2 fuel pumps in the back, so it's redundant. One is always there to save the other in case something goes bad. When you're talking big boost motors, you don't ever want to get in a situation where you lose fuel. We try to be very thoughtful of that type of stuff. If you've got one that goes out, you've got another one to get you home. This thing is just effortlessly blows the tires off. 964 horsepower. It's that 1,000 horsepower number everybody wants to achieve. And this one's got it. It's such a good car. This car is coming up on its 10-year anniversary of actually being on the road. It was built at another shop a long time ago. Had Edelbrock Pro Flow, EFI, things like that on it, and it never really ran right. It was hard to tune, those types of things, and the owner kind of shelved it, if you will. When we started chatting, he wanted to do it once, and he wanted to do it right, and we kind of had the conversation of, well, these are the options. So he chose his package, and he let us kind of take it from there. I'll tell you what. When you let the ProtouringTexas team build a car like this for you, it's one of the best cars you will absolutely ever enjoy in your life. Because I sure as hell am. Without the great folks that sell all the parts to make these cars work, none of this stuff would be possible. When we started working on classic cars at ProtouringTexas, like swap parts and factory fit type stuff just didn't exist. We literally had to make everything. The aftermarket has come so far into this genre to support us as hobbyists, as builders. I can't say enough about it. I appreciate them so much. So thank you to all the parts makers, all the vendors, all the suppliers. And you know what? Thank the customers too. It's you guys that make it possible for us to be able to do this and support our families and feed our children, and, you know, take them to dance classes and karate and all that good stuff. But we get to work on great cars for great people. And that is what I believe in at ProtouringTexas. Good stuff. I like it. Ridiculous. If you like these cars that we're building, you're into Camaros, you're into Chevelles, you're into C10s, call the shop, 817-832-FAST, F-A-S-T, or shoot me an email, Eric, E-R-I-C, at ProtouringTexas.com. I'll be happy to help with the parts you need for your project, or heck, let's build a car for you. If you're ready to get your project started, give me a shout. Do it.